I wasn't responsible for the soundtrack. That was somebody else. We had Northwestern and VCU were there, and we had the fire department. We all had a good exercise. The thing was, we were talking about one of our monthly meetings at IOSH. A lot of these people, everyone's been trained, but the confidence factor is sometimes what gets us, because the World Cup has a office in Doha, and they had a fatality in their office building. And one thing they noticed is everyone was trained on CPR, but they didn't have the confidence to act. So there was about a 2-3 minute window where not much was taking place. So what they did is they took a mannequin and they, without prior notice, would go around and try to, lay the mannequin down and see what people would do and kind of catch them by surprise. So that was similar to what this was. I mean, it's not exactly the same thing this was scheduled, but we never know until we practice it. So we wanted to see what our strengths were and what our weaknesses were with that. Okay. Something else we have, we created a website to report safety hazards. So we have some people that identify some conditions. We obviously want the behaviors to be pointed out, but sometimes we just find things that are in the building that need to be looked at. It's pretty easy. We've had the students do this. You can do it on your phone. It's not an app, but it's easy to do on your phone. So out of all this, we've got about 3 people that we can rely on to submit reports. That doesn't sound like a lot, but our staff is only 4 people, so we're almost doubling the amount of safety eyes in the building. So we've got people that submit several reports. So we're pretty confident they're looking for this stuff. And basically with that, we're trying to get more near-miss reporting and try to have more of that Heimlich pyramid as opposed to the totem pole. Okay, one of the things we've also done is we've gone to our vendors. So we went to our 2 hazardous waste vendors, the disposal facilities, and also to our gas vendor. So these are taken from Boom. That is the old facility on the left and the new facility on the right. So they're always improving things. We talked about what some of the issues were, especially with people coming up to take our hazardous waste and open pickups and not using proper equipment. And a lot of these things, until we were showing up at their office, we weren't getting a lot of action on. But when we finally took the initiative and went and did a site visit, we finally got some change. With our gas vendor, the issue there was that they were bringing the gas cylinders horizontally, and they weren't moving them vertically. And we talked to them and we said, okay, we just noticed this. And they said, yeah, about 3 years ago, we were told there was some kind of problem with the loading dock, and our taller vehicle couldn't fit in. And, that was before my time, so I didn't know much about it. So we said, no, that's long been fixed. So it was really just something just as simple as that. It was the conversation. But the thing about it, you go to their location, you can find all the right people you need to talk to, as opposed to waiting on them coming to you. So it was very easy, because sometimes they would say, well, I don't know, but let me talk to this other person. So it was good to do that. Okay, that's all I've got. So if anybody has any questions or anything for me. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
So other than the monthly meetings you mentioned, are there other ways in which you collaborate with the other institutions?
Yeah, so we've got something, we have a listserv for our own community, and we also have a Shema group for international schools that most of them are in Qatar, but there's a few others. There's also a Canadian college that teaches safety and environmental students in the country. But I would say just as needed, we talk to them, but we don't go too far without, maybe a week or so without talking to somebody from one of the other campuses. So,
Your vendors, are they in country or are they in Qatar, or did you have to go elsewhere?
Yeah, so we don't have the vendors that we have here. They're all in country. There's 2 main waste vendors. Boom is, they're very big. The first one is responsible more for the construction, and that's their bread and butter. The second one is part of Qatar Petroleum. So they have different focus. but it's nice to have those. You know, we don't ever want to be limited to just one vendor. And it's the same thing for the gas company. So we have that option there.
Can you give a brief description of what percent students are from Qatar, how many came over from the States, or how many are from, say, in Indonesia or Malaysia that are going to your campuses there?
So we get, the main campus can send students to do a study abroad for a semester. I think sometimes it can be extended, but, so they'll come in for a semester, but we're talking about like 30 people maybe. And it was, I would say the population is 90% Qatari, but we do have some people from the region. With the blockade, that's changed a little bit, but it's pretty competitive to get in. There are some other schools they could go to if they wanted to.
What would you say the cultural differences are between the Qataris and, say, the students that are coming over from the States, safety conscious, environmentally conscious wise?
I would say that we're always trying to explain to these engineers they're going to be in the industry in 2 or 3 years, and especially the local students. And even if they're not going to be out in the field, that they're in a supervisory level capacity, or if they see something, they have the power to stop it. And that's what the classes have been good for, because online training has its place, but we want to actually show them the hazards and talk about experience. And it's a challenge. I haven't worked with students here in the U.S. that much, but getting them to recognize the risk, and I tell the students, you know, they can send us hazard reports about things in the building, and they don't have to put their name on it. It can be anonymous. So those are some things we've worked on. Okay, does anybody have any other questions?
You mentioned the software that you were using to track your hazardous materials. What was that?
Yeah, we use BioRaft, so there's different modules. We started with the inspection module that allowed us to do our lab inspections, but there's a HAZ-based module that we purchased, and a chemical inventory module. And ChemTracker, from what I understand, they own ChemTracker now, so we can look up an SDS through the BioRaft software. And really, that was one of the success stories. Getting faculty to buy into that was really good experience. I would say 95% of them were really supportive of it, and even we just haven't had a lot of issues since we've gone to that software. Anybody else? Okay, well, thank you.
As the one's carried. Put yourself some other stuff in there.